Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CHGO Bulls Draft Profile Series. And we are here today, Will, to talk about one Jake LaRavia. You excited?
I'm excited. I like LaRavia as a prospect. He's got a ton of potential as sort of a big wing 3-and-D guy with maybe a little bit more. So let's get into it.
All right, let's take a look at his numbers here. The 14 points a game in his junior season that he averaged, the 1 steal, the 3 assists, the 6 rebounds, but what definitely jumps out at you are the 38% from the 3-point line to go along with that 56% from the field. Will, definitely one of his strengths is what we just mentioned, is definitely that 3-point shooting that he can provide a team.
Yeah, he is a shooter. It was a little low volume for him at Wake Forest this year. He only took 2.2 threes per game, but made them at a 38% clip. He's been a very solid free throw or a 3-point shooter his whole career, high 70s% in the free throw department, and really high 2-point volume, 2-point percentage, 61% on twos, which is an awesome number. So he's going to be able to give you really consistent shooting. He's got a really nice form, consistent release, more of a set shot. So he's not jumping to the height of his, not releasing at the height of his jump. Doesn't really have any bad misses. It's like always he gets his feet set. He gets, into his gather and gets the shot off really quickly. So he's going to be a really reliable 3-point threat. And as I said, 6'8", 6'9", with a 6'9.5" wingspan and a 35-inch vertical leap. He's going to be able to guard, at the very least, stay in front of or try to some of these bigger wing defenders with that kind of size. But he also has some really tantalizing defensive potential here. So he had the block per game and the 1.7 steals. He had a 2.7 steal rate, 3.0 block rate, both really, really high. And those are numbers that are really good indicators of success at the next level on both sides of the ball. You have to have a certain level of intelligence and athleticism and just like wherewithal to get those kind of numbers. And if you combine those, that the 2.7 steal rate, 3.0 block rate with his 38.4% 3-point percentage, I searched this in the Basketball Reference database. 5 players have done that. Mm-hmm. A couple that you probably wouldn't know because I certainly don't, but then also you have Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and Mikal Bridges. So that's the kind of 3-and-D caliber player you're getting. Obviously, he's not going to turn into any of those guys, but he does provide that type of player archetype, which obviously is super valuable in today's NBA.
Yeah, definitely a crafty scorer too, with some quick hands to get those steals. But as far as those question marks, Will, not the fastest guy on the court, and definitely will probably get caught up in a lot of that pick and roll action when it's run on him.
Yeah, he is an athlete for sure. You can see that when he's attacking closeouts, getting to the basket. I think there is a little bit of shot creation there that could potentially be untapped in the right environment for him. But, he's not going to be able to guard down positions. And I think that could certainly be a problem in terms of his versatility. It seems like he might have trouble being in more of a switching defensive environment because of that size and just the fact that, he's not going to be mobile enough to really switch down on Trae Young or, some of the smaller, quicker guards in the NBA. And that's okay for the most part. Not many guys are. So when you have that kind of size, at least it allows you to be a good off-ball defender. And he definitely works hard. But I do worry about his versatility on the defensive end. The other sort of question mark I have there is like, is there anything outside of being a good ball mover and 3-point shooter? And again, maybe he doesn't need to be that. Being a solid 3-4 who can shoot and defend bigger guys is super valuable. But, it would be great to see him do a little bit more creation, maybe attack closeouts a little bit more, run secondary pick and roll, things like that. And I think there's some potential there, but probably not going to see much of that until a little bit later on in his career.
Yeah, and that is the profile on one Jake LaRavia out of Wake Forest by way of Indianapolis, Naptown. Stand up. And thank y'all for joining us here on the Bulls Draft Profile Series. If you want more of this, we got plenty more for you. You can check out the playlist here at CHGO right on our YouTube channel. We'll have a lot of those players we talked about there for you to check out. And while you're there, guys, why don't you sign up for PointsBet, make yourself some money, and get yourself some of this awesome CHGO content along with a free t-shirt. Just use that code CHGO. That'll get you 2,000 in free bets. And if you only sign up for a $50 or more first time deposit, you know you want that. Sounds awesome. That's the GOAT. That's Will the Thrill Gottlieb over there. I am Big Dave. Thank y'all for rolling with us. We'll see you next time. Peace.